Hey everyone, my name's Chris Lambert, and on this channel we talk Kanye West. And today we are talking Kanye and Irina Shayk and the back and forth in the media over whether or not these two are dating. So you can see just yesterday, Kanye West still hot and heavy with Irina, cooling off rumors denied. Cooling off rumors. Page Six, just 4 days ago on July 13th, posted a story. Kanye West and Irina Shayk are already cooling off, sources say. So what's going on? Why is there the conflict here? And this will give you a little bit of an insight into how gossip magazines work in general. So what happened is that in June, Kanye goes out to France for his birthday, right? And he's photographed with a bunch of people, but also Irina. And this is following some rumors and reports that Kanye and Irina have been seen at dinner together in various spots. But this is the first time they were photographed out and about together. And TMZ reports that the two are romantically linked and interested. And we even see photos of her on a private plane with Kanye back in Los Angeles or back in New York, one of the two, but back in the States, they travel together. Then nothing happens for the next month. We don't see any photos of them, not a word. And then Kanye goes to Paris for the Balenciaga fashion show. And we see Kanye, we see James Harden, Little Baby, like a bunch of other people at the show, but we don't see Irina. And Kanye doesn't stay in Paris. And we don't see him with her before or after the show. So, what happened? He just saw her before. That's kind of where she's stationed. They must not be dating, right? So because there's this speculation that could go on about their relationship status, given that a month has gone by without any photos of the two, you get outlets starting to get a little bold because they see smoke. And when they see smoke, they report it as fire. And they make up sources, like sources tell us that this is what happened because it legitimizes what they do, whether they actually know or not. And they can hide behind, well, our source was wrong. So it's just very duplicitous. And that's really all that stories like this often are based on, is just there's a potential for the story to be told a certain way, like a narrative to form, and they start forming the narrative. So because Kanye wasn't seen with Irina in Paris, they form a narrative about why that was, and it must be that the two of them aren't dating anymore. TMZ comes through, though, and says, no, they're still dating. Sources close to the couple, and TMZ, by far, has a way better track record than Page Six. They're still dating just as they have been for months, and recently spent the 4th of July weekend together in San Francisco, and not in hiding either. We're told the couple dined out together at the fancy restaurant Murad. So that's kind of the difference. They were blatantly out in public in San Francisco together at a restaurant that's well known, but Page Six knows nothing about it. They just say that, they haven't been seen together in a month, yada yada. You just haven't seen them, and your sources suck. That's the difference. And then they write a stupid story based off of just rampant speculation, even though the two just spent 4th of July together. And that's the thing, too. If the couple just saw each other over the 4th of July weekend, and maybe Irina's still in San Francisco, Kanye, they go on to say, was just in Paris for 3 hours. He flew in and flew back. Maybe Irina was back in San Francisco waiting for him, right? And that's why we didn't see them. Or they just saw each other 2 days before he flew out there. So would they really meet up again in Paris when they just saw each other and both have other things they need to do? So that's one of the reasons why articles like this is stupid, because not only did this kick off all these rumors that the two had split, it sent other gossip columns that have even lower standards than Page Six into a spiral of making up reasons why Irina was no longer interested in Kanye, which were getting pretty disgusting. And Irina actually got really mad. So People is saying she's upset, which I don't know if People's sources are any better, but there's at least this backing it up. So there was a document that was actually shown that was a cease and desist letter from Irina's lawyers telling Page Six to take down their story. So we submit the notice pursuant to 47 USC 230. And because your article implicates Miss Shayk's and Lyon's protectable interest in her image, property, and likeness, blah, blah, blah. The subject article, while purporting to cite a reliable source, misrepresents Miss Shayk's relationship status, facts surrounding social events, and statements attributed to her. Moreover, Miss Shayk enjoys a common law Fourth Amendment right to privacy, or as U.S. Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis brilliantly put it, the right to be left alone. The unnamed source is likely in violation of a non-disclosure agreement, meaning Page Six has abetted that violation. For these purposes, we assume Page Six harbored no ill intent. So they're trying to be nice. Like, we'll give you an out if you take down the story. But clearly, and they call it an offensive post, but clearly the story is still up. So, you know, wouldn't imagine Page Six to have high morals in response to these, because they probably get them all the time and just say like, no, we're getting clicks, so no. But the two are still together, and they're saying, TMZ saying that Kanye didn't even ask her to go. Like, Page Six was saying that Irina declined because, as they say, she doesn't want the association that they're dating, which is what would have run in the press. And they're like, no, Kanye didn't even invite her because it was such a quick trip. Yeah, so that's that. It seems like Irina really wanted to make the case known that no, her relationship status with Kanye is positive, and stories like this are currently BS. So that's kind of nice to see, you know, fresh, like, couple, maybe in the early stages of love, standing by each other when media is trying to turn them against each other. It's just crazy to see like how low the standards are for publishing an article. Very frustrating, but I thought this was at least worth talking about because I wanted to get into the origins of why a story like this comes about. And I just found it so fascinating that once we saw Kanye in Paris without Irina, I knew that there was going to be an article like this within days, because it was just such a thing, like, oh, he wasn't there with her, so maybe they're broken up. Let's just say they're broken up and see what happens. And that's exactly what happened, because no morality, you know, no standards. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you're enjoying the channel and you want to support us, the easiest way is to like, subscribe, comment, as any of those things tell YouTube this is a channel people like, so then they show it to others who might also like it. And we also have our podcast, Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West, where we do the meanings of Kanye songs and albums, like deep dives into the thematics and narratives and all of that good stuff that makes you go, wow, that's cool. So we currently have seasons on College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. We're finishing up 808s and Heartbreak, Yay, Kids See Ghosts, and Jesus is King. And we should have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus, and The Life of Pablo done in the next few months. So you can check out all the episodes on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, wherever. Apple and iTunes are the same thing. Spotify, Tidal, wherever you listen to podcasts. And you may not agree with all of the conclusions that we have, but there's going to be something in every episode where you're just like, damn, I never thought about that. That is wild. I love that. I'll never listen to this song the same way again. There you go. All right. Cheers.